I respect that. That's why I said that 10 days in advance. I said the date 10 days in advance with the time.
Just Mr. Beast pressuring people into donating to Team Water, which is a great cause. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, chat. If Team Water raises, whatever, like $100 million, who gets the credit for it, bro?
See, matter of fact, no. Okay, yeah. I'm going to Jynxzi, bro. Tell Jynxzi they had something planned IRL, but nigga, I'm about to do a one-on-one. Tell Jynxzi I'll do the one-on-one with you.
What's up?
I dead remember being like 12 years old and watching this clip of you.
Really?
When you was playing Fortnite, when that fucking banana skin kept stream sniping yo.
That's crazy. Jewel Cooper. Hey yo, Jynxzi.
Like,
Does anybody they watch any of your clips? No, nobody. Nobody knows you, buddy.
Oh, damn.
There's a pattern in streaming that seems to follow one creator. The harder Jynxzi works to bring people together, the more people seem to treat his time like it doesn't matter. He gets pressured into donating on one of the biggest live streams of the year. He spends weeks organizing tournaments, only for creators to disappear at the last second. And he sets up a collaboration with one of Twitch's biggest streamers, only to be left sitting there while everyone else walks away. 3 different situations, 3 different groups of people, yet somehow the same creator always ends up disappointed. At some point, people stop calling it bad luck and start seeing a pattern. And it arguably began with Team Water. By the time Jynxzi finally spoke about Team Water, most people thought the controversy had already ended. But after hearing his perspective, viewers went back and watched the live stream differently.
Like uncomfortable, like weird streams of all time, bro. Basically, this is all this stream was, bro. The epitome of the stream was basically just Mr. Beast pressuring people into donating to Team Water, which is a great cause. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, chat. If Team Water raises, whatever, like $100 million, who gets the credit for it, bro? Who's gonna make the tweet and say, oh, this is Team Water and we raised this amount of money? Who gets all the credit for this, chat? Mr. Beast. Exactly. So basically, we're all donating. He's getting all the credit, but we're all getting pressured into donating in front of, hundreds of thousands of people. When you combine all the streams, you're talking 200,000 people are watching this live. And at the end of the day, I kind of thought about it, and it's like, well, at the end of the day, it goes to a good cause, so I don't really care. Like, it goes to a good cause. But that's all this stream is, bro. This is one of the, this stream...
The issue was never the charity itself. Almost everyone agreed helping provide clean water was a great cause. Criticism was about how donations were collected. What started as a normal live stream featuring Mr. Beast, XQC, Adin Ross, and several creators gradually became uncomfortable. The request for donations became more frequent. And because everything happened live, creators weren't simply asked to donate. They were asked in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers. That changes everything. There's a huge difference between privately asking someone to support a cause and putting them on the spot, where saying no could instantly make them look selfish. According to Jynxzi, that's exactly how the stream felt. Not awkward because of the charity, awkward because of the pressure. Even through the screen, many viewers noticed the atmosphere. Everyone smiled, everyone laughed, yet almost nobody looked comfortable.
I also do want to keep it a buck. I privately texted Jynxzi, and I apologized. And I'm going to publicly apologize to Jynxzi because he's right. And anybody who thinks he isn't right, you're incorrect. When no streamers were answering the phone, I came through, XQC came through. It was a good experience for the most part. And it wasn't right. Looking back, it wasn't right. Looking back, it wasn't, it wasn't good pressuring people. It made a lot of streamers look bad. And I do apologize for that.
Instead of creators supporting a charity, it looked like creators trying not to become the next person being asked. That's why many people sided with Jynxzi afterward. Not because they opposed the fundraiser, because generosity had started feeling like obligation. The discussion didn't end after the donations. Jynxzi pointed out another criticism. When dozens of creators donate huge amounts of money together, who actually receives the public credit? Many viewers felt it was Mr. Beast. He announced the totals. He became the face of the campaign. Meanwhile, the creators who also donated faded into the background.
And Jimmy, I will apologize to you if you show the proof of the water. It's been almost a year, and I've said this. You don't even have to do it to me. Do it for the people that are saying it's fake. Where the fuck's the water? Please. I've spoken to many people. That's it. That's it. You could shut everybody the fuck up by doing that. I'm sorry to the people that got pressured. I'm sorry about that. Everybody. I was in the wrong. Looking back, I was in the wrong, and I'm taking accountability fully. I'm not folding. No. I'm apologizing to people that I pressured from my network to donate.
Mr. Beast later argued that everyone benefited from the exposure and that asking wealthy creators to help fund clean water wasn't something he regretted. To be fair, many people agreed with him, but even supporters admitted the execution could have been handled better because the criticism was never really about donating, it was about the pressure behind those donations. Eventually, even creators involved admitted parts of the stream went too far. XQC described the room as uncomfortable, saying everyone looked around, waiting for someone else to speak up.
Okay. I said it while it was live, and I said it afterwards. I said, I'll be honest with you, I thought that the methods were a little bit too much. It nudged a little bit. It was way too much. I said it at the time when it was still live that I was uncomfortable with it. After, and I said it multiple times, that I think that the method was just not okay. Like, just the fact that recalling and re-bringing up somebody and then going back onto the same people. I think it was too much, and I think the reading the room was just not happening. And I also feel like, and I think Mr. Beast knows this already, like the reading the room of that room with me and Aiden was not good either. Like me and Aiden kept pausing and looking at each other and looking at him as in like, yo, can we do like a read the room check? And it's like he would just not connect. You can go back into the VOD at least 10 times. We pause. I look at Aiden, I look at him, and there's a pause, and he doesn't read the room. And I think it's just maybe a YouTube personality. Are you doing? Like, I think when he said, "Oh, dude, let's extend the stream," and then I pause. I'm like, "Yeah, we could do that." And I look at Aiden, and then he's like, "So basically we're in," and I'm like, "Well, I need to kind of look at some stuff to see if we can do it." Oh, so we're gonna get in there and do that then. So we're good. And I'm like, yeah, well.
That moment never came, and the conversation shifted. The question was no longer, was Team Water a good cause? Almost everyone agreed it was. Instead, people asked whether good intentions could still leave a bad impression. For many viewers, the answer was yes. Ironically, Team Water wasn't even Jynxzi's biggest problem, because soon, people started noticing a completely different pattern.
In this clip, it says Jynxzi reveals his 40 streamer Valorant tournament has been canceled and moved to next weekend due to creators flaking within the last 24 hours. What is up with all these creators giving Jynxzi the short end of the stick, bro? Actually, no, I know what it is, because he's genuinely a nice guy, and people in this time take kindness for weakness. They see it as convenience, bro. I literally seen on YouTube a 20-minute compilation of streamers taking advantage of Jynxzi's kindness, bro. This dude is one of the most humble, stand-up people. He stays out the way, minds his business. All he wants to do is just generate good content and bring people together, and they're playing with his head top and disrespect him every single time.
Whenever Jynxzi tried bringing creators together, he somehow ended up being the one left behind, and his tournaments would become the biggest example yet. If Team Water made Jynxzi uncomfortable, his tournaments pushed him to the edge, because bringing creators together has always been one of the biggest parts of his content. He organizes events, invites dozens of streamers, mixes communities that normally never interact, yet somehow the same thing keeps happening. People don't show up.
As my witness, this is my last time ever trying to bring together 16 streamers for a tournament. PBM is late, XQC is asleep, Arky's not even here, and then Ron and Marlon told me last minute, 45 minutes before the tournament started, that they have a flight at 8:30.
2 days ago, Jynxzi had a 40-streamer Valorant tournament organized and ready to go. 40 of the biggest streamers in the world were supposed to compete. He had put the work in to make it happen. And then, within the last 24 hours before the event, creators started flaking.
Fired up. Chat, listen, boys. Relax. Let me explain. We were going to do a Valorant tournament today, but a bunch of people canceled in the last, 24 hours, and we just, it was just cooked. So we're going to be able to do it next week.
At first, it looked like bad scheduling. Creators are busy, plans change, emergencies happen, but after it happened over and over again, viewers stopped seeing isolated incidents. They started seeing a pattern. One of the biggest examples was Jynxzi's Valorant tournament. Everything had already been planned. Creators confirmed. The audience was waiting. Then, within the final day, people started cancelling. Others stopped replying. Some suddenly had different plans. Enough creators disappeared that the event had to be postponed.
Not a week out when he could have found replacements. Not a few days out out when the damage was still manageable. Within the last 24 hours, enough of them canceled that the entire tournament had to be postponed to next weekend. 40 streamers. The #1 Twitch sub streamer organizing a free event for his peers, and they canceled the night before. Now, if this was the first time, you might give people the benefit of the doubt. Things come up. Schedules clash, emergencies happen, but this is not the first time. This is not even close to the first time. This is a pattern that has been building for a while, and the Valorant tournament is just the latest entry in a list that keeps growing. Because back in February, the exact same thing happened. Different game, same result. Jynxzi organized a 16-streamer Rocket League tournament. He announced it 10 days in advance, with the time included. 10 days, with the specific time.
And I respect that. That's why I said that 10 days in advance. I said the date 10 days in advance with the time!
What frustrated viewers wasn't that people cancelled, it was when they cancelled. If someone lets you know days before, you can find replacements, you can adjust the event, you can save it. But cancelling only hours before everything begins leaves almost no time to recover.
When you are organizing an event, he gave people more than enough notice to plan around it. And when the tournament was supposed to start, PBM was late. XQC was asleep. Archie was not there at all. Stable Ronaldo and Marlon told him 45 minutes before the start time that they had a flight at 8:30.
PBM is late. XQC is asleep. Arky's not even here. And then Ron and Marlon told me last minute, 45 minutes before the tournament started, that they have a flight at 8:30.
A flight that they had presumably booked sometime during the 10-day window that Jynxzi gave them, and decided not to mention until 45 minutes before his tournament was supposed to begin. He went on stream and said it clearly.
As God is my witness, this is my last time ever trying to bring together 16 streamers.
It affects the organizer, remaining creators, and thousands of viewers waiting for the event. That's why people believed this wasn't about scheduling, it was about respect. Jynxzi spent weeks organizing something that benefited everyone involved, yet it was treated like something that could simply be abandoned. Eventually, he admitted this might be the last tournament he ever organizes, not because he was angry, but because he sounded exhausted.
I'm late. How do Ron and Marlon have a flight at 8?
Because the average streamer doesn't have a schedule. The average streamer doesn't.
And I respect that. That's why I said that 10 days in advance. I said the date 10 days in advance with the time!
If the average streamer does not have a schedule, then they have absolutely no excuse to be late to an event they were given 10 days notice for. If your entire day is unstructured and you have no prior commitments, then you have nothing competing with the one thing you agreed to show up.
Unfortunately, this wasn't even the first time. Another tournament had ended almost the same way. Jynxzi announced the date well in advance. Everyone had plenty of notice. But when the day arrived, some creators were late, others overslept. Some cancelled at the last minute. Of course, plans genuinely change. Emergencies happen, but when it keeps happening to the same organizer, people begin questioning whether the event was ever treated as important in the first place. What surprised viewers even more was Jynxzi's reaction. Most creators would have stopped inviting those people. Instead, he kept giving them another chance, and another. For some people, that showed patience. For others, it explained exactly why the pattern continued.
Actually being asked to do that needs to be said plainly. They were not being asked to travel anywhere. They were not being asked to block off a full day. They were not being asked to put anything on hold or make any significant sacrifice. They needed to turn on their computer, open the game, and be in the lobby. That is it. Their job, the thing they get paid to do, is to sit at a computer and stream. And they could not do that on the one specific evening that they had agreed to do it 10 days in advance. Some of them could not even manage a message saying they were not coming until it was too late for Jynxzi to find a replacement. That is not a calendar issue. That is just not caring enough to follow through on something you commit.
Because kindness is sometimes mistaken for weakness. If people believe you'll always forgive them, they stop worrying about disappointing you. Eventually, viewers started asking one question: why does this keep happening to Jynxzi? He's one of Twitch's biggest streamers. His events benefit everyone involved. So why were creators treating them like low priority commitments?
Bro, he doesn't get mad about it. He just literally charges it to the game and just keeps going forward. He is he is literally the biggest streamer right now. He has damn near 100,000 subscribers on Twitch, and he does that every single month. No subathon, no real big events, just him and his community, bro. And people just treat him like—
Some believed the answer was simple. Jynxzi avoids drama. He doesn't publicly attack people. He rarely burns bridges. Because of that, people assume he'll always understand. Whether that's true or not, that perception changes behavior, and according to many viewers, it was leading to one of the biggest patterns in his career. career. Unfortunately, the biggest example was still to come, because next, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch would leave him waiting live on stream. Even after Team Water, and even after the tournament cancellations, Jynxzi's biggest disappointment was still ahead, because this time, it wasn't about pressure, it wasn't about creators canceling, it was about respect.
Social, and then go to invite friend. It's a yellow button. Click that, and then you copy.
Hey, anybody in the chat want him?
Mean about your account? Like,
Anybody?
what do you?
Oh, choose your player name.
He's single. Anybody in the chat want him?
So
This nigga.
Anybody single in the chat? My man.
What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you talking about?
Chris,
They
dead
chat
ass.
want my man.
Chris, dead ass. Are you dead ass right now? Bro?
Wait, I don't want to battle, chat.
Chat. I don't even know if this is gonna happen, bro. I don't even know if this is gonna happen. I don't even know if this is gonna happen, bro. I don't even know if a single word I've said it.
The situation involved Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world. When Jynxzi announced a collaboration with Kai and AMP, viewers expected one of the biggest streams of the year. Everything seemed ready, everyone joined, the lobby was prepared, the viewers were waiting. Then, everything started falling apart. Jynxzi spent the opening minutes doing what every organizer has to do, explaining the rules, helping everyone get set up, trying to get the event started. Instead, people kept talking over him. Conversations drifted away, jokes replaced preparation, and with every minute, it became more obvious that the person who organized the collaboration was slowly losing control of it.
What am I doing? Why does it say Al Kai? No, tell Jynxzi. Matter of fact, no. Okay, yeah. I'm going to Jynxzi, bro. Tell Jynxzi they had something playing IRL, but nigga, I'm about to do a one-on-one. Tell Jynxzi I'll do the one-on-one with him. I didn't want to do the IRL shit. I ain't gonna lie. I told him not to do IRL. Tell Jynxzi I didn't want to do it. I'm not doing IRL shit, gang. I'm not.
At first, viewers assumed it was just normal chaos. Large creator collaborations are always messy. People interrupt each other. Someone is always distracted. But then, Kai and several AMP members suddenly left. Not because the event was over, not because the stream had ended. They simply moved on to a different segment. The biggest problem wasn't that they left. It was that Jynxzi didn't seem to know they were leaving. From his perspective, the people he'd built the stream around simply walked away. Imagine spending days organizing an event, scheduling creators, promoting it to your audience, only to watch everything disappear.
I told everybody, let's do this shit with Jynxzi. Oh my God, this shit's stressing me out, bro. I'd rather do this shit with Jynxzi, gang. When CB first came in here, I said, no, I don't want to do IRL. I literally just said that. Wait, is he streaming still? Is he streaming?
Ending. Bro, this ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Why would they, like... Oh my gosh, bro. They have this IRL thing. When CB just came in here, I said, I don't want to do this IRL thing. That is why Phantom just walked in and tried to get me to do it. But I don't think Jynxzi knew that. Apparently, I don't think anybody informed him that there's an IRL bit and then we came back. That's why Phantom had to come get me to come do it. I personally did not want to do the IRL bit. I want a game. Jynxzi had this fire idea to coach me
without anyone explaining why. That's why the clips spread everywhere. Not because people left, because of how they left. A simple message, or even 30 seconds of communication, could have changed the entire situation. Instead, Jynxzi was left figuring out what was happening at the exact same time as his viewers. Eventually, he ended the stream. Not because he wanted to, but because there wasn't much of a collaboration left. Meanwhile, Kai's own chat immediately started calling him out. Soon after, Kai explained that he never wanted to switch to the IRL segment and claimed other people had pushed the idea. Whether that's true or not, many viewers felt it missed the point. They weren't judging intentions, they were judging what happened live. Jynxzi organized the collaboration, Jynxzi prepared the stream, Jynxzi waited. Everyone else left. To Kai's credit, he admitted he felt bad afterward and acknowledged the situation wasn't handled well. Yet Jynxzi always ends up playing the same role, the organizer, the peacemaker, the creator trying to bring everyone together, yet somehow the one who gets left behind the most. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.